PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out pretty, baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair. Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock, coming to you from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, 20 minutes south of downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by our friends at Craft House Stage and Grill. On September 29th, the South Park Eagles, after a 4.5-year absence, returned to PIHL varsity. 1 month later, and for the first time in 1,676 days, to be exact, they were able to celebrate a PIHL varsity victory when they beat Westmont Hilltop 3-1 at the Ice Castle last week. March 29th, 2021, the date of the last South Park varsity win, by the way. Dan LaBarbera is back behind the Eagles bench as they come into the Mount Lebanon Ice Center for a meeting with the Chartiers Valley Colts as we wind down a busy hockey night in and around Pittsburgh in Week 6 of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League Class A Gold Division regular season. The Colts in fine form. They've won 4 of their first 5. 3 of those wins have come in regulation. They avenged one of their few regular season losses of the past 2 campaigns by beating North Hills here in the Mount Lebanon barn last Thursday on Halloween Eve. Darian Strohsnyder, a classic case of how the Colts are getting goals from their big guys, literally big guys, getting the game winner with just over 4 minutes left in regulation. Strohsnyder, number 89 in white, warming up. You see him in the mix off to our extreme right. And it's a very balanced Chartiers Valley attack this season, with some of their more talented players from those long playoff runs having moved on. But the big story, when last we left the Colts here on home ice, was their freshman goaltender, Ben Waldron, number 39 in white, who will be taking warm-ups and likely getting the nod in goal for Paul Benetti's Colts this evening. Waldron, we saw him post a 40-save overtime victory over the Avonworth Antelopes last time we saw CV in this building. in a matchup of the last two Class A Penguins Cup champions. An amazing varsity debut. Waldron already as a freshman among the league leaders in all the major goaltending categories in Class A. And he's got some interesting company at the other end of the ice. When we first saw the South Park Eagles in their return game to PIHL varsity, Xavier Haddock, the sophomore, played his heart out before the floodgates opened and the Mars Planets eventually beat the Eagles in their first regular season game. Last Thursday in the win over Westmont, it was Drew Costello, number 22 in blue, the junior, getting the nod, and he looked very sharp, making 30 saves in the victory for the Eagles. Luke Harenko, the junior forward, got the big goal in that game. His first varsity goal, for that matter, for number 67 in blue. Couldn't have come at a better time as South Park was able to nail down the victory late. First meeting between these two clubs in recent memory. South Park, they got that first win. They exercised those demons. They're on the left side of the ledger now that they're back as a PIHL varsity program. And tonight, perhaps their biggest test of their young season against a Chartiers Valley team that looks to return to the Penguins Cup final after their semifinal exit last season. The Colts and the Eagles getting ready to go in Game 1 of our PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Concurrently, Brian Mitchell has Pittsburgh Hockey Digest online from the Kirk Nevin Arena as West Allegheny gets set to take on Greensburg-Salem in other PIHL Class A action. You can watch both games live simultaneously if you like by logging on to watch.tenband.tv, and we'll tell you more about that later this evening. It's an exciting new innovation here at TenbandTV, and we're very excited to roll it out for the remainder of the 2025-26 PIHL hockey season. Again, we believe it'll be Waldron, the rookie in goal for Chartiers Valley. It'll be either Costello or Haddock in between the pipes for the visiting South Park Eagles. Paul Benetti manning that Chartiers Valley varsity bench as head coach for a 12th year overall and 10th year on the nose in his second tour of duty as head coach of this CV varsity program. Benetti, once upon a time coaching the Colts when they were a co-op program in the early 2000s, the early years of the PIHL era. 2024, the Colts undefeated against Western PA foes en route to their first Penguins Cup championship since 1986. The South Park Eagles would like to get there someday, certainly, and Dan LaBarbera is a veteran of that program and the rival Thomas Jefferson program as a coach, and he knows the journey of many miles begins with small steps, and the Eagles could take a big step as a team tonight if they can come out and prove they can hang with one of the premier clubs in Class A. It is Costello in goal for South Park, predictably coming off his recent victory, but it will not be Ben Waldron in goal for the Chartiers Valley Colts. The freshman gets the night off, and instead we get a look at Braden Palko. An infrequent look at Braden Palko at that. She's played for the JV program at Char Valley. She's played junior hockey with South Pittsburgh Rebellion, She did appear once for the varsity Colts in the PIHL Charities Tournament, taking a loss to 3A state champ Seneca Valley, but finishing with 28 saves in that contest. And we've seen quite a few PIHL varsity teams, even before PIHL Girls Division hockey was a thing, dress female goaltenders and give them lots of playing time. We've seen it happen many times over the years. So nothing new for Paul Benetti, nothing new for Braden Palko, but she does make the rare regular season appearance here tonight, with the Colts getting set to play host to South Park. The puck has been dropped. Scrates, the USA Hockey official, doing the honors, and the Colts move that puck from right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin the contest. Worked up to center for Jack Kalafaitis, the Eagles' alternate captain, who sends it quickly around the Chartiers Valley boards. The Colts send it to the corner for Vinny Venero. 5 assists on his sophomore campaign, already among the top 5 in Class A in that category. A very talented playmaker. Tyler Held colliding with Bray Hammond at the South Park blue line. Dylan Szymanski, this year's captain, playing it deep for the Colts. Ian Baumgartel around his own boards. Up to Horenko. Horenko off the Colts bench. And CV will successfully dummy the play and get the icing call. Just the one appearance for Costello in that South Park cage. As we said, it was a victory last Thursday. 191 goals against, 939 save percentage. His varsity debut ended with a dub. Not a bad first impression. The Colts try to settle down that puck as Tornabin advances as far as the Eagles bench before it's sent out of play one more time. Now the challenge for the Eagles is just building up their numbers. Only 11 skaters unofficially dressed for Dan LaBarbera's squad tonight as Costello covers inside the crease. South Park controlling the draw. Jace Mooney, who made his varsity debut last Thursday, plays it around the boards, turned over to CV. Jackson Shorey toward goal. That hit a skate before it went to the corner. Mooney with a hard hit on Ryan Viola. Far side. Eagles try to clear it. Good keep by Shedlock. Shedlock through a crowd. Costello watches it go by. Josh Jakovic unable to clear. Floated to the corner by Joey DeAngelis, the senior defenseman. Cal Staub plays it for Shedlock. It's toward goal. Costello had the pads down. Shedlock keeps it inside the line again, and this time he fires over the bar. Viola right there for the rebound. Ducks around Mooney's check, but lost the puck. Eagles play it to center and change on the fly. Colts play dump and chase, and a turnover right there to CV. Out in front, Eftimitis deflected on goal. Save Costello. Staub looking for a tip in. Costello had other plans. CV trying to tilt the ice early against this thin South Park roster. They've got the first 3 shots on goal. About 2.5 minutes into period 1. Szymanski plays it deep. A strained neck guard on the ice that this USA Hockey crew will have to retrieve at its earliest convenience. Szymanski giving ground, playing it to center. Kalafaitis and Stewart, the defensive pairing out here for the Eagles. Horenko, that shot blocked. Kalafaitis to the loose puck. Up top for Stewart. Stewart through a crowd. Pauka the save. Staub not standing on ceremony. He brings it up to center. Held quickly playing it to Szymanski near side. Szymanski gains the red line. Sends it behind the South Park goal line. Stewart behind his own net. Christian Hunter unable to clear. Loud save made there by Costello. Colts keep it inside the offensive zone. Szymanski toward goal. Costello saw that one all the way. Well, the junior dialed in early on here, and the way the Colts have come out, he has to be. Stewart up to center. Outlet pass deflecting off the stick of Thomas Bryan. Bryan escorts Szymanski gently into the corner boards before Szymanski gets it behind the net to Held. The CV captain up to Gavin Waldron. Waldron making his first regular season appearance this year for Paul Benetti. Venero toward goal. That save made by Costello. Eagles up the boards, but again, not out. Tyler Held. Deflected wide of goal by Stroh-Snyder. Stroh-Snyder out in front, turned it right over to Bryan, but a penalty coming up against the Eagles as Stroh-Snyder was tripped in front of those CV senior banners. And so the Colts get the first penny power play of game one here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Colts 26.7% on the power play to start their season, 8th out of the 23 teams in Class A. South Park, middle of the road more or less on the penalty kill. They've killed off 14 of their first 17 penalties successfully. 4th most penalized team in Class A, the South Park Eagles. So you figure Chartiers Valley's going to get their chances tonight on special teams as Held fires it into the glove of Costello. Austin Tornabin ties up his man. Works it free to Vinny Venero. Held from left point. Wide of Venero. Tornabin cleans it up, pardon me. Tornabin cross ice. Viola in front. Deflected wide by Szymanski. Kalifatis taken off that puck by Szymanski. Venero with it. Cross ice to Viola. Jace Mooney in the sin bin as Costello tries to cover, and it's put wide. Oh, Venero looked like he had a yawning net to shoot at, but it may have caught something as he was trying to shovel it in. Held over to Viola in the right circle. That save made by Costello, and he'll restore some sanity. Fresh power play unit out there for CV. South Park making changes as well before this face-off. 1:12 to go in the tripping minor on Jace Mooney. Chartiers Valley on the penny power play, trying to break a scoreless tie early in period one. Shedlock waits, watches, shoots, tipped high and wide. Just not enough puck luck there for DeAngelis as it's backhanded toward goal. Bryce Wichterman unable to finish. Shedlock has it, over to Wichterman. Wichterman shooting off of Costello. Colts play it in the corner, but their power play will disappear. Thomas Bryan, the freshman, doing his team a solid. Waldron is sent off for tripping. And an offensive zone penalty on a power play drives any coach nuts as Waldron pleads his case. 52 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Then the South Park Eagles get an abbreviated penny power play. Colts win this face-off. Szymanski up the near boards. Venero in pursuit of this puck. Eagles get there first. Hunter sends it inside the CV blue line. Szymanski from behind his own goal, starting the breakout with half a minute left in the 4-on-4. Lost it to Bryan. Tag Welsh with a lead pass that Bo Miller was unable to accept. Bo Miller, the junior, part of Dan LaBarbera's leadership group in 25-26. Szymanski with 5 to go in the 4-on-4. 1 against 3, shoots it high and wide. South Park now on the power play, but the Colts have the puck. Szymanski against the grain. Off balance, shot off the side of the net. Oh, unable to finish there was Tornabin. The Colts with some grade A looks at Drew Costello, but the execution leaving something to be desired as Costello covers. Just a big, juicy rebound right there to Tournament, and didn't have the best angle for the follow-up shot, but I'm sure he'll tell you he should have had that one. Stroh-Snyder interrupts the outlet pass. Baumgartel to the corner. South Park with 40 to go on its abbreviated penny power play. 10 to go in a scoreless first period. Stewart had that puck deflect off his blade. Costello leaving his goal to play it to the sophomore. Up it comes to Harenko. Harenko with some room in the slot area, shooting over the head of Pauko as we have a broken stick at center ice. Final seconds of the Eagles' power play. Colts take it over. Stroh-Snyder playing it with poise through center. Stroh-Snyder off the side of the net. Gets back his own rebound. Colts back to full strength. Zach Eftimitis hopping on his Shedlock, shoots it from distance off Drew Costello. The broken stick has been retrieved, part of it anyway. There's a blade sitting right in front of the scorer's table as the Colts dump the puck. Centering pass for Eftimitis, broken up. South Park gets to clear. DeAngelis hustling back. 14-1, a Chartiers Valley chokehold in shots on goal, but where it counts, nothing through for either team yet. Eftimitis on Costello, no rebound. Well, how do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV? Well, right now you can watch on Watch. Yes, you heard me correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv. Watch multiple games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite team the way the hockey gods intended. Quick shot there from the far boards by Held. That missed. And the Eagles will not ice this puck midway through period one. Mooney retreating. Viola from his own boards in front of Chori. Chori on goal. Costello trying to keep it out. He does. It's still loose and played off one of his teammates' bodies by Jace Mooney. A heroic play by the freshman to keep CV off the board. Chori sends it to the corner. Viola anticipating. Takes a bit of an unfriendly bounce from a Colts perspective, but they do have this puck out in front. Held shooting, scoring! Tyler Held completes the backdoor play, his third of the season, and finally they break the dam in front of Drew Costello. 1-0 Chartiers Valley, and Sophie needs a snack. Shot on goal number 17 finds the back of the South Park net. Held one of 12 defensemen on the official CV varsity roster. Unusual by the standards of any PIHL varsity team, let alone one in Class A. But this Colts squad very, very capable of getting offense from its defense, and Held just demonstrated that to a T. Bowmiller with the dump in. And this one will be icing on the Eagles. Venero pushes it to the boards, but South Park controls the own zone draw. Harenko up to center for Kalafadis. Kalafadis puts it off DeAngelis. Good gap control by the alternate captain. Stewart sends it around the horn, but right to Joey DeAngelis. Colts will ice this puck with just over 7 minutes left in the first. Officially, it's held from Chori and Tournament. The Chartiers Valley senior again with goal number 3 in his final high school campaign. Eagles with a clean face-off win, and they find Meadow but not mesh. Califatis that close to a South Park equalizer. Up it comes now to Viola. Viola behind the D. Shoots on Costello. The save is made. It's still available and put behind the net. Out in front it comes Tornabin, 40. Had some trouble playing that, but the Colts eventually work it in front of goal, and Costello has to make another save. CV right back on the forecheck. Shedlock waiting for this puck. He's got it. He fires underneath Costello's glove. DeAngelis pinching. He puts it off the South Park netminder. Chori unable to keep it in the zone. Colts will reset with time ticking away in the first period. DeAngelis wanted to come off there. A bit of a misplay by Shedlock. South Park unable to do much with the resulting turnover, and it is Murphy dumped just far enough by the Colts for icing. Bo Miller against Staub. Another face-off to Palco's right. And Staub gets waved out in favor of Wichterman. Shot through a crowd. Palco the save. The rebound cleared quickly by Held, but not all the way out. Tag Welsh from the right point. Sends it behind the Colts net. Eftimitis up to center. Welsh has to retreat for the Eagles, and he does keep it away from Eftimitis, but gives it right to Staub. Staub going after his own dump in, but Jace Mooney cuts him off. Outlet pass to Hunter. Tyler Held, the Chartiers Valley goal scorer, surveying the play. Stretch pass off the stick of Waldron, and it's icing on the Colts again. And Alvanero's going to be waived. Looked like that caught him by surprise. Certainly did us. But the Colts still win the faceoff, and a lead pass to Stroh-Snyder. Stroh-Snyder to goal. Score! Darian Stroh-Snyder goes 5-hole. The Colts take a 2-0 lead, and I like to stop at the duty-free shop. Darian Stroh-Snyder. Goal number 4. Well, if there wasn't a book on Costello, the Colts certainly think there is one now. They're telling one another to shoot 5-hole. That's how Tyler Held scored, and that's how Stroh-Snyder converted the breakaway, but the Eagles get it right back. And if you thought South Park was going away, then you don't know Jack. Josh Jakovic makes it a 2-1 game seconds later. Second goal of his sophomore season. And the Eagles are hanging around in the final 5 minutes of first period play. And that's the first period goal, in fact, the Colts have allowed this season. Haranko over the attacking line. DeAngelis for Tornabin. Haranko going to work on the corner. He's knocked down by DeAngelis. Stewart with the keep in off a CV body. Tornabin plays it up to center. Baumgartel from his own end. Colts going to work on the forecheck. South Park wins the puck battle, and they get it up to Horenko. Horenko for Christian Hunter. Hunter behind DeAngelis. Drop pass right to Viola, but earning it back as Stewart. Stewart gets knocked off the puck. Colts on the counterattack. Sent in by DeAngelis. Jace Mooney reversing the play. Hunter trying to anticipate, but turned it over to Viola. Hunter brings it up to center securely this time. Eagles play it to the corner, and Dan LaBarbera wants to make some changes behind the play as the Colts take it up to center. Shedlock over the line. Shedlock shooting off Costello. It's airborne and gloved down legally by the Eagles. Welsh making that play in front of his netminder. Bowmiller through center. Good stick by Eftimitis. Zach, that is. I was this close to calling him Austin. Austin, a former CV hockey player and football player to boot. Szymanski unable to go short side. Through center, Jakovic. And from 100 feet, Palko's going to hang on to that one and not take any chances. Officially, Stroh-Snyder from Szymanski. Then 9 seconds later, Jakovic from Kalifatis. Colts up by 1, late in period 1. Venero from his own zone. Out to Held. Held up the right side. On Costello. This time Costello closes that 5-hole for a face-off in South Park territory. Tornabin unable to tie up Kalifatis. Kalifatis wins the faceoff, but it's turned over to Viola. Viola to save the rebound is skittered in! Action Jackson gets it back for CV with 2:19 to go in the first period. And the Colts make it a 3-1 game. Jackson Shorey, the Char Valley Jr., his first of the regular season. And that's an important answer after the goal by Jakovic. Viola over the attacking line, chased by Horenko. Viola to the goal with one hand, able to get it on target. And Costello makes the save. That bouncing puck toward the South Park goal. Costello has to cover. Well, one way or another, Dan LaBarbera not short on goaltending depth. Costello has fought valiantly once again after last week's win over Westmont. And we've seen Xavier Haddock play earlier this season. And he worked his tail off against Mars before the Planets won that game. Eagles play it to center. Shedlock gains the red line, sends it back in behind the South Park net. Tornabin trying to play takeaway, nothing doing. Bryan up the right wing boards, bouncing on Palko. It bounces off her glove and right to Shedlock. Viola trying to play it outside the zone smoothly, but it comes to Bryan for Horenko. In the corner to Hunter. Hunter in front for Bryan, couldn't take the pass. Welsh from the half wall to Bryan. Palko steers that one aside. And Shorey takes the hit to make that play and get it back to center. Shedlock retreating. Up for Cal Staub. Staub dances around Welsh. Out in front. Too heavy for Eftimitis. Right to Hunter, though. And South Park will clear it deep into Chartiers Valley ice. Eagles changing on the go. Wichterman has a glance off his stick. Stewart, the first one there for the Eagles. Kalafaitis up to center. Bowmiller through the D. Saved by Palco with a left pad. 15 to go in the period. South Park trying to beat the clock. That's off the side of the net, courtesy of Kalafaitis. 5 seconds left. Wichterman's got to hustle. That's an easy save for Costello, and we'll have one more face-off, or will we? Nope, they're going to let it slide, and that'll do it for period one. The Eagles held their own, backed up by Drew Costello in goal, but the Colts broke through, and they lead 3-1 after one. Matt Popchock for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair. Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated.
Craft House Stage and Grill is a live music venue on Curry Road in the South Hills, offering local and nationally touring acts all week long, as well as over 50 beers on tap and a scratch-made kitchen with delicious eats. If you're a night owl, like I used to be before I got old and had a kid, check out the late night happy hour Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 1, all month long for half off 20 delicious menu items and no cover charge. Visit crafthousepgh.com for a full menu and complete calendar of live events. Period one, shots on goal. 25, believe it or not, for the Chartiers Valley Colts, 7 for the South Park Eagles. Where it counts, it's 3-1 Colts. And that stick save made by Drew Costello. That puck somehow staying in play. Costello opposed at the other end by Braden Palco as Ben Waldron, the freshman sensation, gets a night off after the strong start to his rookie season. Stewart from behind the Eagles' goal. South Park. Now the struggle to exit the zone is real, and Jackson Chory seeing to that personally. Szymanski trying to get around Bryan. Chory, the most recent Chartiers Valley goal getter, preceded by Darian Strohsnyder, and before him, Tyler Held. Meanwhile, the Colts were that close to number 4 on the evening against their 1A Gold Division rivals. Bryan takes a literal stab at it, but Held controls it for CV. Held to a wide open Viola. It went off a South Park stick, but Held got the job done anyway. Now the Eagles get back into a settled defensive posture as the Colts play it around the South Park goal. In front, Szymanski takes matters into his own hands and fires wide. Wichterman pursuing this puck from between the circles off the blocker hand of Costello. Wichterman gets his own rebound up top to Szymanski. Szymanski with a clever fake. Szymanski on his backhand. Score! Captain's gotta teach stuff. And someday he'll tell us how he got that one behind Drew Costello. Just a little excuse me backhander that found the back of the net, and CV makes it a 4-1 lead with 14:24 till the ice cut. Szymanski's third of his senior season. Jakovic, who got the Eagles on the board late in period one, forces the face-off in Colts territory. Out in front it comes, and that shot off Hammond was blocked by Shedlock. Palko was a bit out of position, but it didn't matter. Calafate taken out of the play. Jace Mooney to the corner. And the Colts work it up to center red. Staub up for Wichterman. Wichterman off Costello. The rebound swept behind the net. Calafate up to center. DeAngelis is able to keep this puck in play. Turned over to the Colts. Wichterman, 1 against 2, and from a bad angle, unable to shoot that puck, but he drew a penalty. Hooking the indication with 13:28 left in period 2. Colts to their second penny power play of the evening. They are 0 for 1. Tag Welsh, the sophomore, will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. Tornabin conceding this face-off, but going after it for the Colts is Venero. Tornabin taken out of the play, and a good job there on the PK by Stewart to get it the length of the ice. Palko watching it go by. Szymanski reversing the play. Venero up to Tyler Held. Held quickly over the line for the Colts. From his off wing, he shoots it off Costello. Stewart with another break up behind his own net. Trying to use the glass to his advantage, but a good keep by Venero. Venero trying to locate that one at his feet. He does. Venero from the left circle to Szymanski. On to Held. Held cross ice. Venero gets that puck from the vacant left wing. Near side Viola. Viola out in front. Szymanski tees it up, shoots, and it goes just over the bar this time. Midway through the penny power play. Viola keeps it in. Settled down in front and lifted out of play by Dylan Szymanski. I think Viola wanted Szymanski to try and redirect that shot if he could, but it just sort of settled at Szymanski's stick, and he took another chance on the backhander, but this time didn't get the puck luck. Eagles win the face-off, still unable to clear. Shedlock with a miscue, but gets it to the corner. Stroh-Snyder from the half wall, cross ice. DeAngelis shooting, Costello cut down the angle. Eagles clear it with half a minute left in the minor on Tag Welsh. Shedlock outletted for Wichterman. Instead, it'll come to Bo Miller. And this will be the last rush, likely, of this Colts power play. DeAngelis over the line. DeAngelis from the corner. The pass too strong for Shedlock, and that'll do it. South Park, 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. Welsh quickly back to his own bench. Shedlock sends it to the corner. Wichterman after it. Jakovic overtaken at center. Held. Pursues this puck. Stroh-Snyder trying to play it with one hand. And it comes free to DeAngelis at left point. DeAngelis, a loud save there by Costello on the shot by the alternate captain. South Park controls this face-off. Deflected to center by Jakovic. Szymanski retreating. Held up to center. Jakovic trying to get the Eagles' transition game going, but that pass was too far for Hammond to do anything about it. Held back the other way. That shot blocked from behind by Stewart. Ten minutes left in period 2. Chartiers Valley with a commanding lead as Szymanski plays it blindly. Held. First player to it for the Colts. Staub from behind his own net. Off balance as he's dispossessed by Hammond. South Park makes a change. Outletted near side for Eftimitis. Eftimitis dropping for Staub. That pass broken up by Bowmiller and company. Lead pass now to Horenko. Kalafaitis on goal. That save made by Palko. The net behind Braden Palko dislodged. Play continues. Jackson Shorey in transition for the Colts. And Costello will make that save. Szymanski, by the way, credited for an unassisted goal earlier. The only goal for either team in period 2 thus far. Welsh to Jace Mooney. Mooney marked by Tournament out in front. It comes, and a dangerous play there by Chori. Better save by Costello. Shedlock. That shot never made it through, and it pinballs in! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Jackson Shorey. He finds a way. And with under 9 to go in period 2, it's a 5-1 lead for the hosts. Second of the season, second of the game. .30 saves and counting for Drew Costello, but unable to find a way to keep that one out. And in the meantime, South Park's got to find a way to tilt the ice the other direction as we hit the midpoint of this Class A contest. Hammond near side takes down one of the Colts. Play continues as the net behind Costello had to be reset. Lead pass now to Hunter. Hunter, one-on-one, taken off that puck by Shedlock. Shedlock with purpose. Sends it in. Stewart, first one there. Horenko unable to locate it. Tornabin has it for CV. Tornabin turns around and puts it off the protective netting behind Costello. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV? Well, right now you could be watching on Watch. Yes, you heard that correctly. Log on to watch.10band.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, that's watch.10band.tv to watch your favorite team the way the hockey gods intended. Good keep there by Szymanski. Right side to Held. Venero down the middle. Venero's backhander cut off by Costello. Another good keep by Szymanski. Baumgartel finally able to get it back to center for South Park. Jakovic in an offside position. Has no choice but to get rid of that puck. Held to center. Stroh-Snyder couldn't find that pass. Szymanski hesitates. Now he'll send it in. Kalafaitis up to center. Szymanski within the official's crease. Plays this puck to the corner. From deep in his own zone, Stewart. Off the near boards, right to Tyler Held. Poke check by Jakovic. Right to Palko. And he will keep the play moving up to Tyler Held. Held from the right circle. Off the side of the post. Stroh-Snyder to Held. Stroh-Snyder played out in front. Oh, Costello had no idea where that puck was coming from, excuse me. Stewart to Hunter. Hunter unable to clear it. Szymanski out in front. Waldron unable to get the tip. Venero to the corner for Gavin Waldron. Waldron out in front again, and Stroh-Snyder couldn't take the pass. Waldron able to avoid that puck and avoid the too many men call that likely would have come with touching it. Stroh-Snyder inside the line. From distance, Costello the save. Now again, it's Palko tonight in relief of Ben Waldron, and Waldron was, coming into tonight, the Class A save percentage leader at .952. I think Drew Costello might have something to say about that before this game is over. He's already had to turn aside 32 pucks, and Chartiers Valley has made it a moot point with a 5-1 lead. Wraparound try by Eftimitis. That's blocked off. Eftimitis gets it back. Backhand try, Costello the save. He bobbled this one. It's still available, but not anymore. Players push and shove as this whistle sounds. Bryan lost an edge, and that allowed the Colts to play this puck from the point, and it takes a funny bounce right through the legs of Costello, assuming my eyes didn't just deceive me. Shedlock, as I untie my tongue, reaches for that one and plays it behind the South Park net. Out in front for Tornabin. That save made by Drew Costello inside the final 5 minutes of the second period. Icing on the Eagles. Tornabin overpowers his man and takes this face off, forcing the save from Costello. This one will come up to Kalafaitis. Kalafaitis around DeAngelis. Kalafaitis turns around and fires wide of the crease. Good stick by Bowmiller. Bowmiller toward goal. Palko the stick save. Shedlock to DeAngelis. Shedlock turning it over to Stewart. Hunter playing it in behind the CV goal, but right to DeAngelis. Viola to Baumgartel. Cross ice for Stewart. Viola up to center. Now the team's playing pitch and catch between the blue lines as Jakovic has it now for South Park. Around Shedlock he goes. Jakovic, that shot off the shoulder of Palko. Tornabin has the rebound for CV. Stroh-Snyder waits to cross the line. Tornabin driving the goal. Good stick by Stewart. Lead pass, too strong for Horenko. No icing this time. Palko had to play it. Around the boards for Stroh-Snyder. Quickly to Venero. Vinny Venero, right wing. That save made by Costello. The rebound controlled momentarily by Stewart. And a penalty coming up deep in South Park territory. A hooking call with under 3 minutes remaining. And the Eagles are going to get a power play. Or are they? It's going to be Stewart going off. It looked initially like one of the Colts got a stick in on the hands of Stewart, which I'm sure he was arguing as he came off. In any event, we'll see if the third time is the charm for Chartiers Valley on the penny power play. Costello makes that save, and Welsh quickly clears it. Szymanski around the double team. Szymanski off the side of the post. Rebound right to Venero. Tyler Held from the high slot. Stroh-Snyder missing on the one-timer. And Held couldn't control the rebound. Szymanski plays it to the line. Tornabin in an awkward position there. Had to wait for Stroh-Snyder to tag up. Stroh-Snyder has this puck, has a path to goal, shoots, and forces the save by Costello. Hooking, the official word on Stewart. Midway through this CV power play. And the Colts iced this puck as Held was unable to connect the stretch pass. Colts control it. Szymanski over the line around Hunter. Szymanski to goal, fires. Costello the save. No rebound. There's that adage about your goaltender being your best penalty killer. Costello's made a number of quality stops on these Colts power plays. CV wins the face-off. Held through a crowd. Colts get the rebound. Oh, what a stop there by Costello. Denying Wichterman right on his doorstep. Held off a South Park stick. Looked like Horenko got in the way of that one. Under half a minute left in the man advantage. Shorey tied up in the circle. Eagles have the loose puck. Stabbed by Szymanski to the corner. Hunter up the left boards. Bottled up by Wichterman and cleared by Bowmiller. South Park about to go to 3 for 3 on the penalty kill, but they still trail by a wide margin in the final minute before the ice cut. Shorey off the blocker hand of Costello. Colts get the rebound. Out in front it comes Szymanski. Fires point blank. Oh, what a save there by Costello. It's still loose. And somehow that shot by Shorey goes in one end and out the other, but not in the back of the net. My goodness. Shorey just couldn't buy that hat trick goal with 35 ticks to talk now in period 2. Half a minute left. DeAngelis dumps it in. His teammates tag up. The Eagles play this puck D to D. Venero in after it. It comes free to Viola. Viola shooting off Costello. Rebound in front, clear to the boards by Kalafaitis. 5 seconds left. Viola gets it to the corner one more time, but time is going to run out here on both teams. Mooney gets his digs in at Viola. Viola retaliates. But cooler heads do prevail, and now we will cut the ice at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. With your score, Chartiers Valley 5, South Park 1. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it all on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
From his own boards in front to Shorey. Shorey on goal. Costello trying to keep it out. He does. It's still loose and played off one of his teammates' bodies by Jace Mooney. A heroic bounce from a Colts perspective, but they do have this puck out in front. Held shooting. Scoring! Tyler Held completes the backdoor play. His third of the season, and finally they break the dam in front of Drew Costello. 1-0 Chartiers Valley, and Sophie needs a snap at us. But the Colts still win the faceoff, and a lead pass to Stroh-Snyder. Stroh-Snyder to goal. Score! Darian Stroh-Snyder goes 5-hole. The Colts take a 2-0 lead, and I like to stop at the duty-free shop. Darian won now. They're telling one another to shoot 5-hole. That's how Tyler Held scored, and that's how Stroh-Snyder converted the breakaway. But the Eagles get it right back. Kalafaitis wins the face-off, but it's turned over to Viola. Viola to save the rebound is skittered in! Action Jackson gets it back for CV with 2:19 to go in the first period. And the Colts make it a 3-1 game. The circles off the blocker hand of Costello. Wichterman gets his own rebound up top to Szymanski. Szymanski with a clever fake. Szymanski on his backhand. Score! Captain's gotta teach stuff. And someday he'll tell us how he got that one behind Drew Costello. Marked by Tournament out in front it comes, and a dangerous play there by Chori. Better save by Costello. Shedlock. That shot never made it through, and it pinballs in! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Jackson Chori. He finds a way.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair. Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. we're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair. Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Craft House Stage and Grill is a live music venue on Curry Road in the South Hills, offering local and nationally touring acts all week long, as well as over 50 beers on tap and a scratch-made kitchen with delicious eats. If you're a night owl, like I used to be before I got old, had a kid, all that, check out the Late Night Happy Hour, Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 1, all month long for half off 20 delicious menu items and no cover charge. Visit crafthousePGH.com for a full menu and complete calendar of live events. Matt Popchock back here for Game 1 of this Week 6 PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader on TenbandTV, presented by our friends at Craft House Stage and Grill. The Chartiers Valley Colts out shooting the South Park Eagles, their Class A Gold Division rivals, by a 5-1 clip, and outscoring the South Park Eagles 5-1 as we prepare for period 3 on the freshly cut ice of the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Over at the Kirk, Greensburg-Salem with a commanding 5-0 lead on West Allegheny, but you can also watch the rest of that one with Brian Mitchell and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest if you wish to multitask on watch.tenband.tv. Austin Tournament from behind the South Park net. Jackson Shorey worked over by Baumgartel. Tournament pins Baumgartel against the glass. Held upstairs. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Costello. Make it 51 CV shots on goal and 46 saves for the South Park junior. 1 week removed from that first varsity win and from the first program win since returning to PIHL varsity. And again, Szymanski goes upstairs. Again, Costello ready with that left hand. Szymanski scoring unassisted early in period 2, followed by a Jackson Shorey tally, his second of the night, set up by Shedlock officially. Second assist of the year, by the way, for the Mount Lebanon Hornets product. Shedlock and a lot of the under-the-radar players for Paul Benetti getting a good bit of ice time in this early season test for the Colts. Eagles win the faceoff in their own end. Mooney unable to advance that puck. Stroh-Snyder muscling him off the biscuit as it's frozen by Costello. Venero off the draw, wide of the net. DeAngelis on the rebound, and that deflects sharply out of play off the rafters. Looked like Stewart of South Park might have touched it last. As Chartiers Valley continuing to play on the front foot here with a comfortable lead. South Park at one point trailed only by a goal, scoring 9 seconds after Darian Stroh-Snyder's first period breakaway goal. Partial breakaway, I should add. But it's been all Colts since. Shedlock, cross ice for DeAngelis. DeAngelis missing the target. And the rebound comes beyond the reach of Shedlock and all the way back into Colts territory. Hammond slows this puck down at center. Now Bray Hammond brings it across the line for South Park to Haranko right down the middle. Haranko couldn't get it to his forehand. Haranko to the point for Baumgartel. Baumgartel wide of the goal. Shedlock on the rebound. Baumgartel keeps it in for the Eagles. And Shedlock will try to exit the zone one more time with help from Waldron. Waldron gave it away to Stewart. Now the Colts a bit stymied trying to get this puck out of their end, and finally Venero will do just that to Stroh-Snyder. Stroh-Snyder missing to the far post. Both teams changing on the fly as Stewart plays it deep in his own zone for South Park. Lead pass intended for Hammond, interrupted by a couple of CV sticks. Wichterman winning the battle. Wichterman deep on the left wing out in front, intended for Staub. Staub plays it blindly, but right to Kalafaitis. Kalafaitis dumps this puck in on Braden Palko. Szymanski leaves it for Wichterman, or tries to in any event. Staub toward goal, but it's kicked aside by Mooney. Jace's older brother, Corey, the South Park captain, not appearing in the Eagles lineup tonight as the Colts send it out of play. Coming up at 9:10 Eastern Daylight Time here on 10-Band TV. You could call it the main event, M-A-I-N, or the main event, M-A-N-E. Lions and Panthers, South Fayette and Upper St. Clair. And what an interesting Class 3A contest that should be. A couple of South Hills area programs developing something of a recent history. Last year, the Lions needed a last day win over USC in the Ice Castle to definitively qualify for the playoffs, and Upper St. Clair won the most recent meeting to begin this season a couple of weeks ago at the Ice Castle back on October the 16th. Chori off a body. It's played in front but wide of goal by Viola. Welsh unconsciously blocking the shot. Hunter will ice it for the Eagles. 4.5 minutes into period 3. Stewart from behind the goal. Hammond up the right wing. Shedlock to the corner for DeAngelis. Stewart trying to sneak it past the alternate captain. Shedlock there to retrieve that puck for the Colts. And Venero will try to center it for Crosby Zolkowski, taking his first shift of the evening. Zolkowski making his varsity debut back in the season opener on the island against North Hills, September 29th. Shedlock above the left circle, wide of the near post, and the rebound comes right to Hunter. Szymanski has to go fetch. And his two-line pass is beyond the purview of Wichterman, icing on Chartiers Valley. And we told you earlier that South Park, before last week, their last varsity win in PIHL had come in 2021 against Wheeling Central Catholic over in Rostraver. That's who the Colts face next, Wheeling Central. Next Thursday night here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center for a 7:10 puck drop. South Park also back in action that night against Butler. Right down the road at the Ice Castle, that game facing off at 7. Jakovic with it, knocked off the puck by Held. And Held will take his time playing this one with 10:50 left in regulation. Eftimitis for Wichterman. Wichterman tied up at the blue line. Wichterman from the circle. It deflects toward goal, and Costello has to freeze that one. Make it an even 50. 50 saves and counting for South Park's Drew Costello. Colts still with that 4-goal lead, unable to extend it as we speak. That puck nearly turned over to Tornabin. Viola plays takeaway. Chori on hat-trick watch, plays it deep for Tornabin. Tornabin trying to get it out in front of Viola, but he's harassed all the way by Harenko. Colts protect this puck. Chori to the point for DeAngelis. DeAngelis near side. Shedlock, that's stopped by Costello. You figure better days are ahead for this South Park rebooted program, especially once they get their numbers up, and certainly if they can continue to have the goaltending depth that they seem to have brought into their first year back in the league. Icing on the Eagles. Chartiers Valley, meanwhile, barring unforeseen developments, they will skate away from this one knowing they've handled business at home and trying to keep pace in a crowded gold division. They came in third in the points column tonight. They've got 12 of those, looking to make it 15. That puck stopped by Palco. A dozen saves for the Char Valley senior as the Colts are guilty of icing. Palco's been able to take a bit of a breather in his infrequent start this evening and certainly benefiting from responsible play in front of him. Calafidis to Welsh. Calafidis knocked to the ice by Szymanski. Waldron from center red over the line. Waldron trying to get around Jace Mooney. Easier said than done. And the Colts are going to the box. Jace Mooney, only a freshman, but showing some hockey smarts for sure. He's drawn 2 penalties on the Colts. Char Valley coming in with 94 PIMs. They were the most penalized team in Class A entering Thursday night, and by and large had stayed out of the box in this contest until that infraction by Waldron, and it's not going to be a power play to the Eagles. They're going to send Harenko off for retaliating. Dan LaBarbera and his staff can't believe it. And a pregnant pause before this face-off as they try to get the penalty clock straightened out and clear up the confusion at the scores table. Now this USA Hockey crew motioning to the Eagles that they're allowed to bring another player on the ice. I don't think South Park got the memo either. We were all a bit confussed, and now it is clear. Coincidental minors, and again, no South Park power play. We remain at conventional 5-on-5 action as Stroh-Snyder has this one. Stroh-Snyder to the cage. Burial. Hit that horn, baby. Let's dance for Darien. Stroh-Snyder, his second of the game, and the Colts extend the lead. Second consecutive multi-goal game for the senior forward. Costello plays that one aside. Midway through this third period, the Eagles now trailing 6-1. Bring it out from behind their own net. Stewart up the left wing. Aggressive stick by Stroh-Snyder as that puck deflects off the side of Palco's net. Out in front, Calafidis unable to put it cleanly on goal. And the Eagles bang it in behind Braden Palco. It's a 6-2 game now. Another quick answer goal This time, Bo Miller nuzzles that nylon. And if that's not a hockey name, I don't know what is. The alternate captain scoring his third of the season to make it a 6-2 contest as South Park cuts into the deficit. Bo Miller will also take the ensuing face-off as Brian is late to come on for the Eagles. So officially, Stroh-Snyder scoring unassisted this time for CV. It's being credited for the moment as a shorthanded goal, but that will later be corrected, I'm sure. And Harenko got an unsportsmanlike conduct, a 10-minute misconduct for what we are not certain. But it's Harenko and Waldron going off. Waldron called for holding with 8 minutes gone by in the third period. So now we finally get official word on the offsetting penalties as this faceoff will come in Chartiers Valley ice. The Colts up to center, 6 goals on an even 60 shots. A season high, easily for CV. Jack Varnish, the junior blue liner out there, taking his first shift of the evening as Costello denies the initial shot, then watches the follow-up go over top the net. Jakovic up to center, too strong for Hunter. This will be icing on South Park. Varnish just one varsity appearance in each of his first 3 PIHL regular seasons, and now making his 25-26 debut. Stewart taken out of the play by Wichterman. Slapper from the right point, stopped by Costello. That came off the stick of DeAngelis. Shedlock with the keep in. Shedlock floats it off the glove hand of Drew Costello. Kalafaitis up to center. Shedlock retreating. Jakovic right on top of him. Played for Staub. Staub dispossessed by Stewart. Wichterman around a man dropping for Staub. Staub shooting off Costello. The rebound went off the body of Baumgartel. Colts work it to right point. There's DeAngelis one more time. And that's right into the stomach of Drew Costello, the South Park goaltender. The Eagles scoring 32 seconds, after Stroh-Snyder's second of the game. Officially, it's Bo Miller from Kalafaitis. So Kalafaitis with a pair of assists tonight for South Park. Waldron out in front. Stroh-Snyder dropping for Szymanski. Szymanski surveying the play. Welsh went down in front. Stroh-Snyder shooting quickly, and that's denied by Costello. Szymanski, cross ice for Held. Held firing off the South Park netminder. Colts having their way in the attacking zone once again. Near side Szymanski. Szymanski upstairs, and that elevated shot is grabbed by Costello. Stewart behind his own net. Szymanski through the circle. Backhand try. That's denied by Costello. Eagles unable to clear. Szymanski plays takeaway. Szymanski to his forehand. Firing on Costello, and he's got that one too. Well, this kid continues to battle with Chartiers Valley ahead comfortably, approaching the final 5 minutes of regulation. Backhander by Tornabin. Turnaround shot. Chori denied. Kalafaitis. Near side. It'll come up to Hunter. Hunter taking off the puck at center. Chori in transition for the Colts. His backhander missing. Varnish with the keep in. Stewart met by Chori behind the net. Viola plays it to himself off the boards. Chori back to DeAngelis. DeAngelis snaps it toward goal, deflected wide by Viola. Turnaround try, stopped by Costello, who got back in time. Tornabin still battling for this puck down low. Viola takes it over. Centering past Chori. Chori, and you can break out the chapeaus, baby. He was working and finally gets that third goal of the game. Jackson Chori, the Chartiers Valley Jr., providing the exclamation point with 4:11 left. Colts 7, South Park 2. Welsh and the Eagles play the ensuing faceoff from deep in their own zone. Bo Miller through center for the Eagles. Good stick by Szymanski, but backing up the play is Bryan, saved by Palko at the side of the net. Hammond going down behind the cage. Play continues. Sticked aside by Costello. The Colts, on separate occasions tonight, have had 5 goals on 50 shots, 6 goals on 60, and now 7 on 70. Make it 71. Costello freezing that puck. Officially, Chori's hat-trick goal assisted by Viola and Tornabin. Tornabin getting the assist hat-trick, if you will. He's got 3 helpers tonight. Viola with a pair as the Eagles ice it. Stroh-Snyder against Kalafaitis. South Park controls it. Up to center for Jakovic. Jakovic one-on-one with Held. Jakovic toward goal. Held stands him up and takes away the puck in the process. Final 3 minutes of period 3. And a collision at center. That shook up Kalafaitis a bit. Kalafaitis coming off as driving the net is Held. Good poke check there in front by Baumgartel. Colts take it away. Stroh-Snyder off a South Park body, and he'll pursue that puck to the corner. Bryan going after it for South Park. Stroh-Snyder turning around and firing off Costello, who finally has it frozen. Harenko still in the sin bin for that unsportsmanlike conduct, misconduct call earlier in the period. We continue to play 5-on-5 as the Colts work it up the left wing. Turnaround shot on Costello by Tornabin, and that deflected into his equipment. Eagles from their own corner get it up to Bryan. Bryan leading it for Bo Miller. Bo Miller knocked off the puck cleanly by the freshman defenseman Dino Foligno. Foligno playing in the top level of the Pittsburgh Predators junior hockey program. Another varsity newcomer this year for Paul Bonetti, debuting in that season opener at North Hills. And we'll be on the island next week, but more on that later. Shedlock toward goal. Costello makes a couple of saves and finally pins it against that right pad. Wholesale changes made by both coaches with 1:23 to go. And the question now becomes, will Drew Costello of South Park cross the 70 save threshold before time expires? He's got 2 more to go. Out in front beyond the reach of Kalafaitis. Eftimitis with speed splits the D, drifting to his left. And now he's trapped along the near boards. Staub going in for support. Staub through the blue paint. Hard rebound right to Szymanski. Szymanski toward goal. Szymanski shooting off Costello, and the follow-up save is made on Staub. He might have just done it right there. Out in front again, Costello trying to freeze that puck, but he can't. Szymanski from the right circle. Off the glass and wide. Final half minute of regulation. DeAngelis turns it over to Hunter. Hunter up ahead for Kalafaitis if he can get there on time. Szymanski, look at him hustle. Zolkowski from the half wall. A cheaply given away puck there, but it matters not as Szymanski will play it. With 5 seconds left, that's it. Fort Pitt. Stewart, meanwhile, and Eftimitis jawing at each other at center ice, and they're going to get coincidental penalties with 2 seconds remaining. Eftimitis pointing at the scoreboard, and judiciously so perhaps, as the Colts taste victory here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Hockey hugs for Braden Palco. He turned aside 14 South Park shots, and the Colts take care of business against the Eagles by a final score of 7-2. Thank you, Dustin Beck. Thank you, Jared Todd Hunter, helping out in the booth tonight. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski, and thank you for watching and listening. Should be a good one up next. South Park and Upper St. Clair about to take center stage after the Between Games Ice Cut. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
From his own boards in front to Chori. Chori on goal. Costello trying to keep it out. He does. It's still loose and played off one of his teammates' bodies by Jace Mooney. A heroic bounce from a Colts perspective, but they do have this puck out in front. Held shooting. Scoring! Tyler Held completes the backdoor play. His third of the season, and finally they break the dam in front of Drew Costello. 1-0 Chartiers Valley, and Sophie needs a snap at us. But the Colts still win the faceoff, and a lead pass to Stroh-Snyder. Stroh-Snyder to goal. Score! Darian Stroh-Snyder goes 5-0. The Colts take a 2-0 lead, and I like to stop at the duty-free shop. Darian won now. They're telling one another to shoot 5-0. That's how Tyler Helt scored, and that's how Stroh-Snyder converted the breakaway. But the Eagles get it right back. Calafidis wins the faceoff, but it's turned over to Viola. Viola to save the rebound is skittered in. Action Jackson gets it back for CV with 2:19 to go in the first period. And the Colts make it a 3-1 game. Between the circles, off the blocker hand of Costello. Wichterman gets his own rebound up top to Szymanski. Szymanski with a clever fake. Szymanski on his backhand. Score! Captain's gotta teach stuff. And someday he'll tell us how he got that one behind Drew Costello. Marked by Tournament out in front of comes, and a dangerous play there by Chori. Better save by Costello. Shedlock. That shot never made it through, and it pinballs in! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Jackson Chori. He finds a way to the win, and from the first program win since returning to PIHL varsity, and again, Szymanski goes. Colts protect this puck. Chori to the point for DeAngelis. DeAngelis near side. Shedlock. That's stopped by Costello. It is clear. Coincidental minors. And again, no South Park power play. We remain at conventional 5-on-5 action as Stroh-Snyder has this one. Stroh-Snyder to the cage. Burial. Hit that horn, baby. Let's dance for Darian. Up the left wing. Aggressive stick by Stroh-Snyder as that puck deflects off the side of Palco's net. Out in front, Calafidis unable to put it cleanly on goal. And the Eagles bang it in behind Braden Palco. It's a 6-2 game now. Another quick answer goal. This time, Bo dropping for Szymanski. Szymanski surveying the play. Welsh went down in front. Stroh-Snyder shooting quickly. And that's denied by Costello. Colts having their way in the attacking zone once again. Near side, Szymanski. Szymanski upstairs, and that elevated. Backhander by Tournament. Turnaround shot. Chori denied. Link for this puck down low. Viola takes it over. Centering past Chori. Chori. And you can break out the chapeaus, baby. He was working and finally gets that third goal of the game. Jackson Chori, the Chartiers. We continue to play 5-on-5 as the Colts working up the left wing. Turnaround shot on Costello by Tournament. And that hard rebound right to Szymanski. Szymanski toward goal. Szymanski shooting off Costello, and the follow-up save is made on stop. Oh. He turned aside 14 South Park shots, and the Colts take care of business against the Eagles by a final score of 7-2.
Night in Pittsburgh.